Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 262, increasing the ROI of your timeshare. So I'm going to do some math here, but it really how you can get more than you were promised even when you take advantage of all the options. And I'll just go through a simple thing. I'll show you how I calculate a simple ROI on just using just only a vacation. And even not even using all my points. It's even probably one of the worst case scenarios. But then we'll look at adding ROI by adding vacations without using any additional points. So even though I start out with an ROI that is okay, then I'll talk about the marketing package ROI to what you can do, and then an exchange ROI. And when you add all those up, I'll show you the results of doing more than just your standard vacations. And if you just take the time to learn how to do those things, you'll get a very quick ROI. I know it's not a business that you're creating, but a lot of people complain that it's expensive and they don't know how to get what they want. I just want to show you how you can do this on a regular basis, which is what I do. That's how I go from owning less than 20 weeks to living full time. Okay, let's talk about how I calculate the ROI. And really it's calculate the cost of a timeshare stay, which is the total maintenance fees by the total points you own times the points needed for a reservation. That's the cost of a reservation. An example, this is an 8,000 point, it's a 2-bedroom Hawaii off season, and the points you own is 11,200 and the maintenance fee is about 1,800. That's it's pretty close to what I have. The cost of the reservation, therefore, turns out to be $1,286, which is taken by dividing the 1,800 divided by the 11,200 times the 8,000. And I went to TripAdvisor because it spans out to many of the booking sites. And I booked the same reservation at $407 a night, so $2,849. So savings is $1,563. So the ROI, just using that, I calculate. Again, you don't still have points to use because you're only using 8,000 of your total, but the total savings is about 10 and a half years just with that one vacation, but you have more points. And so if you take into consideration the bonus points plus actually using all of your points, I estimate somewhere in 7 to 8 years. So that's sort of like, I guess that's if you only do the basics, and 10 years if you don't even use all your points. So that's kind of like, that may be why some people are upset, because 10 years seems like a really long time based on the investment. Anyway, and there are ways by buying used to reduce it, but I just want to use this as a calculation. So let's talk about other ways you can get vacations without using points and to your advantage to increase your return on investment. The two I use a lot are the marketing packages, and I just did one in November actually in Las Vegas for exactly this. 4 days, 3 nights, $112. It's a 1-bedroom. I believe I got bonus points is what I got, and not money for dinner in this case, or an event. I used it for actually a full week because I actually used 2 marketing packages to get me to 7 days, 6 nights. So I actually did them back to back, just to show you what I can do. So the ROI would be double than this. So an exchange vacation is another thing, and I've been doing them actually for 5 months so far. This first part of the year, I'll be doing it almost 5 months by the time I do it. And typically booked within 45 days of the trip. It's less than $400 a week for 1 bedroom, and no points are used. So those are ways you can do, and you don't use any points for either one of these. So let me go through the example one by one. Let's talk on the ROI on a marketing package. Example here is Las Vegas. You could use Orlando, or there are other places, but I just tried to keep it simple. 4 days, 3 nights, $112, 1 bedroom in Elara. So I also got 40,000. I think I got more than 40,000, but the average probably is 40,000 Hilton Honors points. And I counted that as $200 because with 40,000 you can get a pretty nice room for 1 night stay, or a day and a half. I'm not sure exactly how I can calculate that. It depends on the situation. And when I went to TripAdvisor for the Elara, I picked the same exact period where I could see cost was $414 a night for the exact room that I get in one of those packages. So it was $1,242 the savings is, you add in what it costs to rent plus the cost of what the bonus points are worth minus the $112 you pay. So you end up with $1,330 in savings by doing this. And you get this because you're an owner. They will offer you the marketing packages. Okay, and then I added in an exchange ROI, last call, RCI, and that cost for one bedroom is $339. Could have got a two bedroom, but I just stuck with the one bedroom. I used a grand view at Las Vegas, again, trying to keep it simple for this example, but there are other options you could do. So I picked the one bedroom, March 21 to 28 and 2025. A cancelable rate of 12.16. The savings, same hotel, same location, same everything. Last call exchange, take the rent minus last call exchange, 12.16 minus 339, or savings and $887. So now now that we've done all that, let's take a look at if you were able to do this every year, and I don't see why not. We only have 1 week. You might as well end up turning it into almost 2.5 weeks. So let's take a look at what the total ROI would be once you take into consideration all the things you can do. Okay, so this is just copying stuff from the other slides, but this is the one vacation of, say, 1563. That's from the prior. You can look at the prior slides. 1330 savings on the marketing vacation, and then the exchange vacation savings $877. You add all that up, it's $3780. I go back to the same 25K costs, and it's 6.6 years. Now I haven't even included any of the bonus points, and typically you're going to get at least what you bought, so a whole free week, which would be basically another it's worth probably a couple $1,000s for that. Plus I didn't even use all the points for the one vacation, so I actually have extra points, and I would be able to do that every year. So even with an ROI of 6.6 years, it's probably another year or so. I'm probably closer to 5 when I really look at it. So this is how I'm able, when people wonder, well, how could you be happy with timeshares? I'm like, well, I have 15 to 20 weeks, and I'm using them 52 weeks a year, and this is the ROI. I've done it. I've been in timeshares now 3 years, so I basically paid off everything I've ever invested in that within a year or so from now. And so at that point, it's just, even if I'm not as efficient, I just get the savings that you see just with the regular vacation. So even if I don't live full time, or I don't, and again, I'm not necessarily advocating for that, but even now, this is just an example with someone owning 1 week in a 2-bedroom by doing off-peak, by doing a marketing program, and by doing an exchange. It's 5 years roughly to when you get paid off your vacation. So that's not a bad investment, again, if you're going to use the vacations and if you take the time to learn how to do that. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll tell you a little bit about my channel right after this. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and Worldmark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com.